It's official. Chrissy and Rock just unleashed one of the most shocking revelations of her life. Beyond the tears and public chaos, she's finally breaking her silence about the man at the center of her most painful chapter, Blueface, the father of her child. Allegedly, he's been threatening and attempting to blackmail her while behind bars. In a late-night Instagram live that drew thousands of viewers, Chrissy opened up. Not as the bold, fiery persona fans are used to, but as a woman shaken and terrified by what's happening off-camera. Her voice wavered as she revealed that the same man she once defended to the world has now made her life feel like a living nightmare. Chrissy revealed that Blueface has allegedly been orchestrating threats from behind bars, sending messages through intermediaries and claiming access to private videos, photos, and recordings he's supposedly using to manipulate her. Her words struck hard. He told me, "If I move on, if I talk, he'd make sure my whole world burns. I still got stuff I don't want nobody to see." The reaction was immediate. Some fans were skeptical, while others felt vindicated, believing this confirmed what they'd suspected for months. The internet erupted, insiders weighed in, and new details are surfacing that could escalate this from a social media frenzy into a serious legal scandal. But what exactly is Blueface threatening her with? What's contained in these alleged recordings? And why has Chrissy's emotional live confession sent shockwaves across the hip-hop community? This is the stark, unsettling reality behind the alleged blackmail, a story that helps explain why Chrissy broke down on live, trembling as she confronted the man she once loved. To understand how things spiraled into the chaos we're seeing now, you have to rewind to the beginning of what was once one of hip-hop's most explosive and viral love stories. Chrisean and Blueface were never a low-key couple. Their connection was pure spectacle, a volatile mix of attraction and drama. From the start, their relationship was fire meeting gasoline. Public fights one week, tattoos of each other's names the next. They knew the chaos they created, but neither could resist the pull. Their saga kicked off in 2020 on Blueface reality show Blue Girls Club, where Chrisean started as just another contestant, until she wasn't. The moment she broke into his house, took his car, and inked his name on her face, she became the headline, the viral sensation, the centerpiece of a story social media couldn't stop consuming. What followed was a relentless carousel of arguments, arrests, tearful reconciliations, and public stunts. Yet behind the madness, there was one thing anchoring her: love. Or at least the illusion of it. Blueface had an uncanny talent for turning turmoil into content. Every fight, every public makeup, every scandal became fodder for attention, and Chrisean became the centerpiece of his carefully orchestrated chaos. Together, they were the toxic couple that everyone watched, unable to look away. But what fans didn't realize then, and what's becoming clearer now, is just how deep the manipulation ran behind the camera. According to insiders, Blueface controlled nearly every angle, shaping the narrative and using it to maintain power over Chrisean while turning dysfunction into a spectacle. Chrisean claims that Blueface exerted control over nearly every aspect of her life: her career, her phone, her passwords, even her public persona. According to her, he would use threats to keep her in line, saying things like, "Don't forget who made you famous." Every attempt she made to step back was met with manipulation, and then came the pregnancy. When Chrisean announced she was expecting, the dynamics shifted dramatically. Publicly, Blueface denied paternity, insulted her, and humiliated her online, telling fans he had no intention of claiming the child. Behind the scenes, though, sources say he maintained constant contact, calling her nightly and keeping her emotionally tethered even as he publicly disparaged her. An insider told Hollywood Unlocked that he had her believing he'd return if she remained loyal, all while quietly collecting what seemed like digital insurance, private videos, DMs, and screenshots. What once sounded paranoid now, according to Chrisean, has become a frightening reality. Those files allegedly exist and are being used to control her from prison. Even locked up for months, Blueface reportedly remains active online, posting from secret accounts, tweeting about her, and calling into live streams. Fans suspected he was pulling strings from behind bars, But Christian's emotional Instagram live painted a far darker picture. She tearfully claimed he somehow has access to her cloud storage, where personal and intimate content is kept, and has threatened to leak it if she speaks out or tries to move on. Her words were chilling. He told me straight up, "I talk too much," underscoring the psychological grip he allegedly maintains over her life. Christian revealed that Blueface allegedly still has access to all her personal content, warning her that if she tries to play victim, he'll make her one for real, a statement that immediately sent shockwaves across social media. Thousands of fans flooded her comments, urging her to go to the authorities, while skeptics accused her of exaggerating for sympathy, citing past drama. What set this apart, however, was her demeanor. This wasn't the fiery, confrontational persona fans knew. It was quiet, palpable fear. She went on to suggest that Blueface possesses screenshots, voice notes, and photos, using them to maintain control through the alleged files circulating among his inner circle. Disturbingly, she claimed he's even employed mutual friends as messengers to deliver threats, with people reportedly saying things like, "Watch how I make her crumble." Fans began connecting the dots to a recent post Blueface made from jail, stating, "She's still mine. She can play dumb if she want, but she'll know what's up." What might have seemed like typical bravado at the time now appeared sinister. Industry insiders started weighing in, with one anonymous PR representative telling the Shadroom, "Blueface's team has long shielded his image while he manipulates that girl, but this time he might have gone too far." Adding to the alarm, a leaked voice memo allegedly from Blueface circle surfaced, in which a man can be heard laughing and saying, "Bro said she better chill before he air her whole phone out. He got everything, screenshots, pics, even the camera roll. Authentic." The clip underscored that these threats were not idle words. They were deliberate psychological tactics, showing a level of calculated intimidation that goes far beyond typical celebrity drama. Christian's audience, once entertained by her public chaos and viral antics, suddenly saw her in a completely different light. The memes, the toxic girlfriend jokes, they all vanished. What remained was a woman ensnared in what felt like a digital prison, orchestrated by the man she once loved. And the timing couldn't have been worse. As her revelations spread like wildfire online, rumors about Blueface facing additional legal scrutiny began to surface. A source close to his legal team reportedly told No Jumper, "They're worried. If she hands over those messages or any evidence from his phone, it's over. Witness tampering, intimidation, everything." Yet, even with pressure mounting from all sides, Blueface allegedly remained unshaken, boasting from behind bars that she had no proof and claiming she needed him more than he ever needed her. The dynamic between them, always volatile, suddenly turned darker, quieter, and far more dangerous. If Christian's account is accurate, this isn't just messy celebrity drama. It's a story of control, fear, and a woman finally preparing to break free from a man who has leveraged her life and fame against her. When she went live again just 2 nights later, viewers braced for another emotional outburst, but what unfolded was far more chilling. The tears were gone. Instead, her body shook, the ring light flickered, and her voice cracked under the weight of the truth spilling out. Staring directly into the camera, she warned, "Y'all don't even know the half. He's not just threatening me. He's threatening everybody around me." Then she dropped the words that silenced the entire live stream. "He told me from jail, if I ever move on or talk about what I did, I'm gonna leak everything. Everything he got on me. Everything he got on me." The comments froze, trolls went quiet, and the room seemed to pause. This wasn't the usual spectacle. This was fear made real. Christian leaned closer to the camera, her voice trembling but firm, and said something that stopped the internet cold. "He got videos, messages, private stuff, things I didn't even know he had." Panic flooded the comments. Fans begged her to stop, to call her lawyer, to protect herself, but she kept talking, like someone finally tired of carrying the weight of silence. She revealed that Blueface allegedly had cloud access to all her accounts and devices, claiming he'd forced her to share her passwords when they were together under the guise of trust. What she hadn't realized, she said, was that he'd never let go of that access. Even from jail, he seemed to know her every move. I'll post something and 5 minutes later, I get a call from someone saying, "Blue said he saw your story." He'd be saying, "Chill out before I make you go viral for the wrong reasons." That phrase, "go viral for the wrong reasons," exploded across social media, instantly becoming a headline for dozens of blogs that understood exactly what she was implying. She wasn't just talking about petty threats. She was hinting at something darker: private photos, videos, or evidence that could destroy her reputation if leaked. Within the hour, clips of her trembling voice and shaking hands flooded Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube under captions like "Chrisean Rock exposes Blueface digital control." But the chaos reached another level the next morning when a voice note surfaced, an unverified but disturbingly clear recording of Blueface allegedly speaking from jail. "Yo, you wild for that," another man said, and the voice believed to be Blueface replied, "She thinks she can leave and play victim? Nah, I built her. I can unbuild her. I got her whole life in my files." The audio went viral instantly. Fans dissected it, slowed it down, and compared it to his past interviews. The cadence, tone, it all matched. By midday, the chilling phrase, "I can unbuild her," was trending across every major platform. Overnight, what had started as relationship drama evolved into something far more serious, a conversation about digital abuse and the terrifying power of data as a weapon. Blueface's team rushed to respond through his mother's social media, claiming, "People out here doctoring clips and faking stories to ruin my son's name. He would never blackmail nobody. Stop believing everything you see online." But the denial fell flat. That same afternoon, TMZ published alleged screenshots from one of Blueface's burner accounts sent to an unidentified woman. The messages included threats, mocking remarks, and even what looked like a still frame from a private video. One chilling message read, "Tell her I still got that 4K clip. She keep lying, I'ma drop it." In that moment, everything shifted. The story stopped being about gossip and became a criminal conversation. Major media outlets began using words like blackmail, evidence, coercion, and intimidation. Legal analysts weighed in across social media, one viral tweet summing it up best: "If these screenshots are real, this isn't drama, it's a felony." Christian's demeanor shifted dramatically. Gone was the chaotic, fiery persona fans knew. She grew quiet online, posting cryptic statements like, "I'm done protecting people and God gone handle it." The next day, she deleted an Instagram story after eagle-eyed followers noticed what appeared to be a shadowy figure in the corner of her room. Panic spread across her fanbase. Some speculated Blueface had sent someone to surveil her, while others feared she was succumbing to paranoia until a close friend went live to confirm the danger. "It's not paranoia if it's real. He's been sending people to follow her. She's scared to even take her baby outside," the friend said, the video amassing nearly 5 million views in a single day. The story twisted further when Christian herself leaked more evidence on a backup TikTok account, a blurred iMessage screenshot showing Blueface's number, complete with inmate contact ID, sending chilling threats. "You think you're safe with them? They can't protect you from what I got. You want to play victim? I'll make you the whole movie," she captioned. Though the post vanished within minutes, the screenshots had already been saved and shared across every major platform. That night, a new Twitter account, Blue Profiles, began posting messages claiming to hold copies of the very evidence Christian had referenced. The first tweet warned, "We got the cloud. Watch what happens next." Fans initially assumed it was a troll, but when the account shared a photo of a folder labeled "Cry on Private" with timestamps matching her claims, the chaos intensified. Though the post disappeared quickly, the damage was done. For 48 hours, the internet spiraled into uncertainty. Was it real? A setup? Or had Blueface weaponized the digital realm itself to maintain control? YouTube commentators suggested the saga had evolved beyond celebrity drama into something darker, a public case of digital domestic abuse unfolding in real time. As the frenzy peaked, Christian posted a stark black screen with only 3 words, leaving the world speculating. Had she been silently signaling for help all along? With whispers of legal action and the potential for a full data dump of messages and files from jail, the implications were enormous. This wasn't just a personal scandal anymore. It was a systemic exposure of how fame, manipulation, and fear intertwine in the digital age. After that second leak and the sudden appearance of the Blueproof Files account, the situation escalated faster than anyone anticipated. What began as an emotional live stream had morphed into a full-blown digital battle, pulling in lawyers, insiders, and the wider public. The receipts were surfacing, and the fallout promised to ripple far beyond Chrisean and Blueface, exposing a dangerous intersection of power, control, and modern celebrity. TMZ and the Shade Room reported that Chrisean had quietly hired a cyber forensics team to track the origin of the threatening burner messages. The findings suggested that at least one of the accounts could be traced to an IP address just a few miles from the Los Angeles County Detention Center, the very facility where Blueface was incarcerated. Within hours, headlines across hip-hop blogs blazed. Was Blueface orchestrating a blackmail operation from behind bars? Sources told Hollywood Unlocked that the Department of Corrections had launched an investigation into potential improper device access, uncovering evidence that Blueface had allegedly used contraband phones or intermediaries to reach Chrisean, opening the door to possible federal charges. The saga took another shocking turn when a former associate and engineer, who had previously worked with Blueface, spoke out in a viral TikTok. He claimed he had personally seen Blueface back up all of Chrisean's data months before his arrest, iCloud accounts, phone mirroring, every file synced. Fans were stunned. If true, it meant this alleged control and collection of private material had been premeditated. Meanwhile, new screenshots emerged showing messages between Blueface's manager and an unnamed content broker, with one stating, "If she keeps playing the victim, drop one clip. We don't have to leak everything, just enough to remind her who's in control." The date on the texts coincided with Chrisean's first tearful live stream, giving the appearance of a coordinated, organized campaign rather than isolated threats. Journalists began digging deeper, and a Rolling Stone contributor claimed to have obtained an audio recording of a call between two members of Blueface's team discussing media strategy around Chrisean's breakdown. One voice laughed, saying, "Every time she cries, numbers go up. That girl's emotions feed the algorithm." The revelation sparked outrage, transforming what began as one woman's plea for help into a potential business model profiting from her suffering. Fans flooded social media, demanding accountability, while Blueface's label stayed silent. A PR representative posted a vague statement on X. "There are two sides to every story. Don't rush to believe staged content." The post backfired immediately. Influencers, podcasters, and major artists, including Cardi B, Sukahana, and Young Miami, spoke out in support of Chrisean. Cardi tweeted, "If he's really keeping stuff over her head, that's abuse. Period." Within minutes, #ProtectChrisine began trending worldwide, cementing the narrative that this was no longer just a private conflict. It was a public reckoning over control, power, and exploitation in the digital age. Chrisean was trending worldwide, but just as the movement gained momentum, a chilling pattern emerged. Fan accounts archiving the leaked messages were suddenly suspended. YouTube channels covering her story were hit with copyright claims from Blueface Entertainment LLC, and even major gossip outlets received takedown notices for using footage of her live streams. It looked like someone or some coordinated team was systematically trying to erase every piece of evidence. Then came a third leaked voice memo, darker and more unsettling than the rest. In it, a man believed to be Blueface could be heard saying, "She'll think crying will save her. She'll forget I made her cry for the camera before. I'll do it again," followed by muffled laughter before the call abruptly ended. Fans were outraged. This wasn't just emotional manipulation anymore. It sounded like a calculated confession of psychological torture. TikTok erupted with montages pairing that clip to old viral moments of Chrisean breaking down on camera while Blueface smirked beside her, framing the once viral couple's drama in a horrifyingly new light. Amid the outrage, Blueface's mother, Chrissy, went live claiming the recordings were selectively edited and accusing Chrisean of colluding with bloggers to ruin her son's reputation, but inadvertently confirmed he'd had a phone in jail long enough to coordinate these threats, igniting speculation about potential legal consequences. The following day, The Los Angeles District Attorney's Office confirmed that digital evidence from a witness was under review, leaving little doubt who they meant. Meanwhile, Chrisean posted a cryptic tweet. "They told me to keep quiet. I'm not keeping quiet no more," before deleting it, sending the internet into a frenzy. Theories swirled. Was she cooperating with prosecutors, under duress, or in hiding after new threats? Mainstream media quickly caught on, with CNN calling it a stark example of social media surveillance and digital abuse, and advocacy groups highlighting it as a case study in how fame can entrap victims in technological cages. Then, a late-night twist. DJ Academics claimed he received a file from someone close to Blueface, describing a jailhouse conversation between Blueface and an unidentified woman. In it, Blue allegedly said, "They think I'm losing, but she's still answering my calls. She always answers. She can't help it," to which the woman laughed, asking, "They watching you?" And he responded, "They've been watching. I've been performing." The phrase, "I've been performing," left fans stunned, implying that the leaks, breakdowns, and fights might have been orchestrated spectacles designed to manipulate both Chrisean and the audience. Suddenly, lines blurred between genuine abuse and calculated performance. Public perception shifted instantly. Sponsors cut ties. Radio stations quietly removed his tracks, and a major streaming platform placed his upcoming project under review. Amid the chaos, a haunting image resurfaced. A still frame from Chrisean's first teary live stream, her trembling hand whispering, "He's still controlling everything." The world finally grasped the gravity of her claims. Whether it was manipulation, blackmail, or psychological warfare, Blueface had proven that even behind bars, he still held power. Now, all eyes turned to Chrisean. Her next move would determine if she remained trapped under his control or became the one capable of dismantling his empire from within. The morning after DJ Academic's explosive stream, the internet felt like it was holding its breath. Everyone, from gossip bloggers to mainstream media, was dissecting every clip, post, and interview Chrisean and Blueface had ever shared. What had once seemed like chaotic celebrity drama now looked like the carefully orchestrated threads of a psychological war that had quietly played out for years. But the real shock wasn't just the abuse, it was how deeply the system seemed designed to protect it. Within hours, whispers in the industry suggested lawyers were already circling, ready for civil action if Chrisean pursued charges, and sure enough, the next move confirmed it. Just 2 days later, TMZ reported that Chrisean's legal team had officially filed a police report alleging digital harassment, coercion, and unlawful surveillance. While the report didn't explicitly name Blueface, everyone knew exactly who it targeted. A screenshot of the filing circulated online, instantly elevating the story from gossip to tangible evidence. Headlines followed. CNN ran, "Reality star's digital abuse case highlights new age of celebrity control," and social media erupted. Twitter Spaces lit up for hours as fans dissected every leak, clip, and allegation, some crying, others furious, and many admitting guilt for ever laughing at her past breakdowns. One fan summed it up bluntly, "We called her crazy when she was really surviving." As support for Chrisean surged, Blueface's camp fought back aggressively. His manager went live on Instagram, claiming the leaked material was AI-generated and accusing Chrisean of manufacturing sympathy to repair her image. To bolster the narrative, he played a distorted clip of Blueface laughing over the phone, boasting, "They can't cancel a boss. They forget who made this game go viral." But the move backfired spectacularly. The clip, showing Blueface smirking and mocking from jail, spread like wildfire across TikTok and Instagram, quickly becoming the perfect villain soundbite. Fans remixed it with captions like, "When your abuser thinks he's untouchable," turning his arrogance into a cultural punchline. Meanwhile, Chrisean remained silent. Since filing the report, she hadn't posted a story, gone live, or engaged online in any way. The quiet itself became loud, leaving fans terrified, some worried for her safety, others speculating she was negotiating with investigators. A few even whispered that she might be plotting something that could finally end the Blueface era for good. Then came the shocker. Late one night, verified hip-hop journalist Jason Lee teased a major drop with a cryptic tweet. "Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. The receipts drop. This ain't about music anymore. Fans flooded his page, refreshing every few seconds. When 10 a.m. arrived, Jason released a 2-minute clip allegedly capturing a jailhouse conversation between Blueface and an unknown woman. The voice on the line, unmistakably Blueface, could be heard taunting. "She crying now, huh? I told her. If she ever go public, I'll make her wish she stayed quiet." The woman's voice trembled. "You know they're recording this, right?" And Blueface laughed, unapologetic. "They've been recording. I don't care. They love me too much to stop me." Within minutes, the clip ignited the internet. Social media exploded, trending topics surged, and the narrative of manipulation and control had officially gone viral, turning what had started as relationship drama into a chilling, public spectacle of psychological abuse. The phrase "they love me too much" wasn't trending as a boast. It had morphed into a rallying cry for survivors everywhere, those silenced because their abuser wielded fame, influence, or popularity. Celebrities added their voices. Kick Palmer wrote, "They only protect abusers when the cameras still make money," while Summer Walker tweeted, "Protect Christian. No woman should live in fear for speaking her truth." Even artists who had previously remained neutral began to distance themselves from Blueface. Collaborations vanished overnight. Promoters cut him from upcoming shows, and Spotify quietly removed his image from their new hip-hop playlist banners. Meanwhile, his mother kept up a stream of live defenses, claiming her son was being smeared and that Christian's tears were fabricated. But the public had already shifted. The turning point came when Fox 11 Los Angeles confirmed an official investigation into electronic communications originating from Los Angeles County Jail, stating, "We are cooperating fully with law enforcement to determine the authenticity and source of the alleged recordings and messages." Fans immediately recognized the gravity. If the leaks were verified, Blueface could face felony charges for harassment, intimidation, and illegal digital communication. Rumors swirled that Christian planned a full sit-down interview with a major network, intent on telling her story unfiltered. The narrative had moved beyond a messy breakup. This was accountability in motion. Then, in the dead of night, Christian reemerged, not on Instagram, not on Live, not via TMZ, but through a pre-recorded video uploaded to a brand new YouTube channel called The Real Christian. There were no intros, no sponsors, no music, just her, seated in a dimly lit room, phone's glow reflecting in her eyes. Her voice was steady, controlled, but beneath it lingered years of exhaustion and fear. "I ain't here to argue," she began. "I'm here to end the story they've been telling about me." She then turned the screen toward the camera and played a chilling audio clip. Blueface's voice, unmistakable, echoing, "You can't delete me. I own you. You think they're gonna believe you over me? They love me too much. They need me." Christian didn't flinch. She let it play, then stopped the recording and stared into the lens. That was control distilled. No commentary, no dates, just proof that couldn't be buried by PR teams, lawyers, or spin. Within minutes, the internet erupted. Hashtag She Owned Herself began trending, followed by hashtag Hazel, and millions of fans flooded the comments, hailing her as a hero, a fighter, a survivor. But within half an hour, the video vanished, her channel gone as if it never existed. Fans who had downloaded it scrambled to re-upload across TikTok, Twitter, and Reddit, but those posts were swiftly pulled via copyright claims from Blueface Entertainment LLC. Yet this time, the effort to erase her failed. A fan from Chicago had mirrored the video across multiple decentralized servers, and within hours, it had been reposted hundreds of times under different names. Attempts to delete it only amplified its reach. By sunrise, the clip had surpassed 50 million views across platforms, proving that even the most powerful efforts to silence her voice could not stop the truth from spreading. The story had reached a point where news outlets could no longer look the other way. CNN, NBC, and even the BBC ran stories with headlines like, "Chrisean Rock speaks out. Audio evidence sparks industry reckoning." Blueface's legal team was quick to respond, claiming the audio was manipulated and taken out of context, while whispers circulated that prosecutors had already requested the full recordings from Christian's lawyers. Then, for nearly 48 hours, all went quiet, no lives, no posts, no statements from Christian. The silence only amplified the tension. Speculation reignited when a fan noticed a new name in leaked jail visitation logs, C. Malone, Christian's real surname, prompting a wave of theories. Had she visited Blueface to confront him? Make peace? Negotiate? The mystery deepened late that night when an anonymous post surfaced on X, allegedly from a legal insider. Christian hadn't visited for closure. She had gone for confirmation. He had confessed. No evidence accompanied the claim, no recording, no follow-up, just a cryptic assertion that set the internet ablaze. The following morning, Blueface's Instagram, usually active even from behind bars, went completely dark. Every post vanished, every story deleted. Then, a single story appeared, white text on a black background, reading, "You win, but they'll never love you like they loved me." Nobody knew who posted it, him, his team, or someone else, but fans read it as a final, haunting acknowledgement of a crumbling empire. Meanwhile, reports emerged that a documentary deal was underway, with networks vying for the rights to Christian's story, tentatively titled Unbuilt, the Chrisean Rock story. Yet, even as momentum seemed firmly in her favor, one more twist hit. Hours after the news broke, the fan who had mirrored her YouTube video received a cryptic direct message from an anonymous account, a single file named Evidence_Part 2, MPP4, accompanied by just one line, "If anything happens to her, release this." Nobody knows if the file was ever opened or if it even exists, but the rumor alone sent the internet into a frenzy, reigniting speculation that more evidence, more recordings, more proof, perhaps even names of those helping Blueface control her from jail, might exist. What became clear was that this story had grown beyond Christian. It was now about every woman silenced by power, every fan who once laughed at someone's pain, and every system that monetized suffering. The control that had once bound her was gone, her silence broken, and her story had only begun. The internet buzzed with questions. Would Christian finally see justice? Would the machinery that once profited from her suffering try to bury her again? Would the truth survive the courts, the PR teams, and the deleted accounts? And most crucially, how much proof would it take for the public to stop labeling this drama and start calling it abuse? Was Blueface's alleged confession real? Does Evidence_Part 2 truly exist? Or is it another layer of manipulation? A final mind game keeping the world guessing? One thing is certain. The next revelation could change everything, not just clearing Christian's name, but exposing the full depth of the industry's darkness. And when it happens, you'll want to witness it unfold.